The derivative function determines slope of the tangent to the graph of f of x equals to 2x to the power of 5 at x equals to square root of 3. Now to find the slope of the tangent at a given point, which is x equals to square root of 3, we basically will find the derivative at x equals to square root of 3 for the function 2 times x to the power of 5. And in this particular case, we are going to use our rules. So the two rules which we are going to use here are one, which we call power rule, right? So power rule is that if f of x is equals to x to the power of n, then f dash x is equals to n times x to the power of n minus 1. So that is the power rule. The other rule which we are going to use here is constant multiple rule. Now, the constant multiple rule is that if f of x is equals to, say, some constants times another function g of x, then f dash of x is equals to constant times derivative of that function, right? So that's the combination of rules we are going to use to solve this problem, right? The whole exercise in this playlist is to understand how to derive the rules and how to apply them, right? Now, why both? As you can see, we have a constant 2 which is multiplied to a polynomial function x to the power of 5, correct? X to the power of n kind of, right? So it's a combination of 2. So that is what we are going to apply here. So if we actually combine these two, what rule do we get? We get a rule like this: f of x equals to k times x to the power of n. Then in that case, f dash of x is equals to k times n times x to the power of n minus 1. Do you see that? So that's the combined rule for a polynomial, right? So we can always apply this rule, and we will apply this rule to solve our question. So the question is, determine slope of the tangent to the graph of f of x equals to 2 times x to the power of 5. So now from the rule, f dash of x is equals to, that's the constant, 2, and the derivative of x to the power of 5 is 5 times x to the power of 5 minus 1, that is 4. Perfect. So that is the derivative of this function at any given point. We need to find slope at x equals to square root of 3. So slope of the tangent could be derivative of this function at x equals to square root 3. So we can write square root 3 here, right? And substitute this x with square root 3. 2 times 5 is 10, to get 10. And then we have square root of 3 to the power of 4, correct? Now square root of 3 is 3 to the power of half. So this is 10. And this is 3 to the power of half. So half times 4, or let me go step by step. Half to the power of 4, right? And that gives me 10. And this is 3 square, right? 3 square is 9. And therefore, I get 9 times 10 as 90. So my answer is slope of the tangent to the graph f of x equals to 2x to the power of 5 at x equals to square root of 3 is 90, right? So we say slope is 90, right? So that is how we are going to solve this problem, correct? So these are the steps to be followed, and I have broken down them into smaller steps for all of you to understand and appreciate. Thank you and all the best.